We're taking a facing cut on a backing plate for a 4-jaw chuck I'm going to mount up here to the Hendey. I probably need to take more than that. It's just a skim cut to see where I'm at with this surface. It indicated within 1/2 thousandth, which blows my mind. This is just a backing plate that I had that happened to be a D1-4 that fit the Hendey. It's an 8-inch backing plate. And I'm going to mount a Polish chuck to it. I got the lamp wired up. And it is, you know, the light coming from this lamp is just gorgeous. The color, there's picking up some anomaly, as you can hear. I'll probably take another 2 thou after this. I already turned the backside over on the Pratt & Whitney lathe. It was kind of rusty, and I took a skim coat on the back. Thought it'd be easier to do on the Pratt & Whitney as opposed to reaching around. Give it the old reach around, it's kind of difficult. It's like scratching your back. Sometimes I'll use a spoon or a fork to scratch my back if I'm in the kitchen. My wife yells at me. Whatever. It's feeding away. Oh, hey, look at that. I made this instead of a black ball. I made that on the Pratt & Whitney lathe. I made my own little copy attachment. Pretty cool, I think. I mean, it's hard to see. There you go. Yeah, I like it. And it's a little longer than a ball, so it gives you a bit more leverage to shift that. That's the 1-2-3 shift, and that's the 1-2 shift. And there's your Norton box. Wendell P. Norton. Alright. Stop. Love these knobby levers. Okay. Well, it did some facing on the outside. New trowel. It's a continuous cut near the periphery. It might be good enough to mount up that 4-jaw. I don't know, I'll look at it a little closer. But this is the chuck. It's a TOS toss. Made in Czech Republic. You got to use the accent, right? The Czech Republic. TOS SVITANY? I don't know. Toss, right? Dude, I paid $85 for this chuck 18 years ago. I don't know, something like that. But I'm finally getting able to mount it. There's the 6-inch 3-jaw. But that's what I'm up against here. And next next thing is to drill some mounting holes in the back plate. Those obviously are not the right register pattern. Oh, I gotta face a few thousandths off this. I gotta measure, because it doesn't sit flat. I gotta do some measurement. Alright, thought you might find it interesting. We'll bring you back with more cool stuff on Doozer Shop. Alright guys, I've been busy like a bee, but I didn't record a lot of it. We're working on adapting a backing plate for a new 4-jaw chuck. So, let me get some stuff. You remember the chuck from last time. Let me flip it face down. This is pretty cool. You can mount it from the front with through holes in their counterboard in the front, or you can mount it from the back with tapped holes. But anyhow, I found the center distance, and it's 140 millimeters. It's like 5.5 inches, just a couple thousandths over. But seeing as this chuck is from Slovakia or Poland, I forget which, I'm going with the metric dimension. So 140 millimeters is the spacing. All right. Now, this diameter here, I think that was 110 millimeters. I don't remember. No, it was like yeah, something like that. What I made here is a ring, and you got to fiddle with it, and it'll slip down in there, because the spigot on the backing plate is the inner size, and the register in this chuck is the outside of the ring I made. So I don't know why. The backing plate I had used, it had a 4-jaw chuck on it, but it was missing 3 jaws and it was junk, so I just got rid of it. So you'll see what I mean, but remember, this is turned as a tight fit that goes in there. It'll go in, but you got to just hit it just right and finagle it. So how did I make this? This is 5/32, 0.156 aluminum, and it was a punch out from a press, and it was, I remember, it was 4-inch, and this was 100 millimeters, and as you know, 100 millimeters is just shy of 4 inches, so that worked out pretty well. And what I did, and I'll show you guys, I trepanned the ring, hey, out of there. So what I did is I cut the outside diameter first to fit the chuck, and then I cut the inside diameter by trepanning. I just used a regular, let me shut the light off, there you go. Ring the bell, Doozer. Just a regular triangular tool bit. And I just kept cutting till I got through. And I hit the size right on the money to the 1,000th of an inch on the bore, because once you turn the outside, you want to do this all in one chucking, one fixturing. So you turn the outside, you turn the inside, and then your circles, your bore and your outside diameter are concentric. So I've just got that mounted to a piece of 3/4 inch bar stock with a 1/2 inch thread on the end. No, I'm sorry, 3/8 16 thread, and put it in neutral. That's all it is. It's just a piece of bar stock, and I just cut some threads on it. Now I got a pizza cutter. And this is aluminum, by the way. It's just aluminum. It doesn't need to be steel. But it's interesting. I've never seen someone do this before. Let me walk over to the Bridgeport. Oh yeah, so my 140 millimeter hole diameter, I just got done drilling it. So it's on a few 1, 2, 3 blocks and some 1/8 inch spacer parallels. I left the pins in it because why not? And it's just one stud holding it down. This is just some random die plate washer, but like I said, that fits on there real snug. And there's the new hole pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And let me take that off, just set it there. As you can see, it had a pattern for the other chuck, a 4-bolt pattern for the chuck that used to be on here. And I kept the clocking orientation, and I just got done, you know, tapping these holes on the outside. Pretty simple, really. And notice that they're in quadrants, right? They're not like across X and Y. They're at 45-degree angles. What you do is you just take the inch equivalent, I mean I'm working in inches, of that 140 millimeters, which was like I think it was 5.5 inches, 5.512. So you take the spacing, divide it by 2, whatever that spacing happens to be. You call it 140 millimeters if you guys like metric. 140 millimeters, divide by 2, and then because you're putting it at the 45 quadrant, the sine of 45 or the cosine of 45 is still 0.707. So take half your distance times 0.707, and there's your quadrants. This happened to be inches, so it's 1.9, 8.5, and that gets you your quadrants. So take your bolt spacing divided by 2, so you get your radius, and then times the sine of 45, which is 0.707, and then you get your numbers. And I just did it on my phone real quick, and times 0.707. So that's it. So, you know, this fits on there. It covers up the old holes. And I put little drill points, and I measured across to verify that my math was right before I actually committed to the drilling, you know. So, and it's just one bolt holding it down. That's it. I mean, well, I'm done. I'm not going to chamfer it or anything, so let's, you know, I can just take it off. But all you need is one stud to hold it down, right? That's all you need. Oh wow, I didn't have that in there by very many threads. Oh, that's kind of sketch. Well, it worked. All right, I'm gonna assemble it. All right, guys. Got it bolted up with my aluminum ring in there, my concentric ring, and I got it just mounted on the Hendey. And let's focus in on the indicator. Oops. That's just noise. I mean, that thing's running. There you go. Maybe less light. I just tightened up the screws. I didn't tap it around or nothing. But she's running dead zero despite, you know, whatever's the surface of that chuck. I'm pleased with that. Yeah. I am super duper pleased with that. How much clearance do I got to the ways? Oops. Oh yeah. Not much. So that's an 8-inch chuck. I got a little bit of a lip there, just a touch less than a 1/16. And here I can. There's the holes. Here's the screws. I mean, that's, how much more can you ask for, right? It's pretty skookum dookum right there. I gotta stick the jaws in, but now I got a brand new, I think it's Taiwanese, 3-jaw, and a brand new unused 4-jaw. That's unused too. Wow, after the tailstock, I'm still stoked about the tailstock. And the, now I got my 4-jaw. Oh yeah, dude, I am so really happy about this. I could reach out here with a boring bar and turn this down. I don't think it bothers me. I really don't think it does. You know. All right, well, just fabulous, 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 fabulous. All right, I've patted myself on the back. My arm's starting to hurt. Thanks for watching this little bit here with my chuck adaptation, tooling up the Hendey tool and gauge maker lathe. So, till next time, this is Doozer Shop.